But now
I was trying to figure out what's that.
there's somebody up there. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Hey kids, I'm in need of a haircut.
Yeah, you are. Disaffecting.
Hey kids, I'm Kamau,
I'm Selena.
and we're with the City and Beyond. In today's video, we're going to show you how we sanitize.
That's mom.
We're going to show you how we sanitize our Airbnbs, hotels, etc.
Yep.
Our home away from homes.
Our many homes away from home. In our last Airbnb video, we talked about choosing an Airbnb, and this time we are going to talk about sanitizing. A lot of the sanitizing we like to do is mainly just to get rid of germs, which is obviously a big thing right now. Viruses, bacteria, as much as you can. We do not believe that we get rid of everything. It's pretty impossible at this point. It would spend a lot of your time being in a state of panic of just frantically cleaning, and your time would just like waste away, and like your whole stay would be gone if you did it that much.
Yeah.
But some people have videos on YouTube of like 10 minutes of cleaning. They do things like Lysol the shower, which we don't find necessary.
Not at all.
But like if it does make you just feel more at ease, sure, do it. But these are just the things that we do just to make sure that we get a good amount of things like sanitized.
So the first point would probably be to check in a little bit later for your Airbnb. I don't want to say studies have shown. Maybe Selena can like post something from the CDC perhaps. But after a certain amount of time from whoever was there prior, the germs will dissipate in the air and on some surfaces within I think it's 3 hours. Yeah. So if you check in a little bit later, like say you're in the area, you do your thing, and then you come by like around like an early dinner time before you check in, or if the check-in's at 12 and you didn't land until 3 and you come and
gave the space some time to air out, which actually leads into opening doors and windows once you get into the Airbnb. So you can open up the windows, open up the doors, kind of let the air flow,
right,
and turn on the fans, because that does help with like if you are concerned about germs and currently viruses, that can help with kind of getting things out of the home, or just breaking up those particles in general.
Also, it makes the air feel fresher.
It does, which is really why we started to do it. But now, after seeing all these things about viruses and stuff, we're gonna probably continue doing that, just so that it kind of gets that stale air out. You know what we're talking about. Yeah. So one of the number one things, even at my office at work, my day job, that is, not our home office. Well, actually at home too. The most important things to always sanitize are handles and switches. So that's doorknobs, handles on drawers, cabinets, linen closets. Those are the most important, because those are the ones, and switches, and because everyone touches those. Everyone needs to turn on the light when it's dark. Everyone, to open up a cabinet, needs to touch that doorknob, fridge handle, whatever. Those hot spots are where a lot of bacteria builds up. So if you are worried about getting, whatever germs somebody else may have missed in cleaning, those are probably the most common. It's just like, again, a lot of peace of mind stuff, because of course you're probably gonna miss some things, but it's nice to do those things, because those things you don't really go out of your way to clean, and cleaning people don't really go out of their way to clean, because it's just like a fixture on the wall, or a doorknob, and it takes up time.
Fast fact, not really one of these things that you would have to deal with at a B&B, but one of the dirtiest things that you can encounter on a regular basis is not a toilet seat, but actually the pump handle at a gas station, because that is never clean. and you're better off using a glove or living in New Jersey.
Where you don't pump your own gas.
So the next point is you should wash your hands or sanitize before you eat, or just wash your hands often. You're going to be touching a lot of things going around a surface, and even if you get takeaway, you gotta open the door to get in. It's a good idea to make sure that your hands are nice and clean before you start putting something in your mouth.
And the same kind of goes for if you're planning on touching your face a lot. Maybe just try not to do that as much. Don't touch your eyes, your nose, and your mouth throughout your stay that much, because again, you are going to miss some things to sanitize. So washing your hands will help, but trying to avoid touching your face during your stay is probably also a good tip to do.
Be like a Filbert from Rocko's Modern Life. You turn a page, you wash your hands. So the next point is, if you don't need to touch something, don't touch it. It'll save you in the long run. You don't have to worry about anything involving it if you don't touch it, like really and truly.
You don't have to like stress out about like, oh, did I clean that? It's like, if you don't need it, like just, I mean, I'm not saying avoid a whole section of your Airbnb because you didn't clean it, but it's like, if you don't really need to go into that cabinet at any point, then don't worry about it. Like, don't go through the headache of like being like, oh, now I need to wash my hands. Just let it be. Another thing that can help though is if you let the light come through, open up your shades, open up your blinds to kind of let the sun naturally come in and kill off whatever germs it can, because the sun is a natural like germ killer and disinfectant. Yeah. And so let those rays come in, and that will also help with keeping your space sanitized and sanitary.
Next point. I don't know about you, but I put my phone anywhere. Any and everywhere. So the next point is you should still clean your phone when you're out and about. Sometimes we're grocery shopping, I'm looking at the list, and I just drop the phone in the cart, so it's right there. I can visually see it and everything like that. And I'm sure they clean the carts also, but you don't know what's going on out there. It's best for you to just clean it as you go. You get back in the car, you sanitize your hands, you wipe down your phone, you bring it inside. If your phone has a case on it, then you're in luck. You just have to sanitize the case and you can take your phone out. You're gonna be putting it on your face at some point, or texting somebody, or taking a picture, and it's gonna be all up in this vicinity, and you don't want any of that near you.
Another thing to think about is a lot of people, if you're traveling somewhere and you can't get like a huge thing of like wipes to bring with you to your Airbnb, but instead, because you're flying, you have something small like this, what we do to kind of limit how much we have to clean, or like selecting what things we end up cleaning, we also use
dishwashing liquid.
Yes. And you can use that with water, because that, just as much as a lot of these, can kill a lot of bacteria. And then select things, like very specific things to use your small canister. Probably your tray on the airplane is probably more important than every knob in the house, which you could use the soapy water for. It can clean a lot of bacteria and build up, you'll feel better, having at least something that can help, even though you're overseas and can't afford to bring a huge thing of Lysol. So you're probably wondering about like your furniture, the sofas, the chairs, beds, linens, and such. A lot of those fabrics, viruses live the least amount of time on. So I really, some people Lysol the hell out of it, but I think if you have, again, something like this, you might not want to waste all of it spraying down the couch and the bed. I would say make sure you get some air flowing in that bedroom, living room area. Maybe open up the blinds so the sun can come in. But really focus on the type of material like steel, plastic, and things similar to that, because that's where bacteria, viruses, and germs can live the longest time on. And so you don't want to waste your time, you know, on one rather than the other. I would say, like, yeah, don't focus on the sofa, focus on the kitchen, because that's more so where a lot of that stuff is going to build up and live the longest on. That said, if you have any other questions, please let us know. We really try to put a lot of information in this one video, but they will also maybe link a couple of videos that we also enjoy that have a similar topic. Some people, like I said, are very extreme. They clean for like 10 minutes, 30 minutes, their whole hotel and Airbnb, but we don't do that much. We just do enough that we feel safe and secure, and you know, and be very mindful of like when we're eating or licking our hands or touching our face, making sure we wash our hands. But yeah, if you found this information useful, leave us a comment below and like us if you like us, and
we'll see you next week.
Bye.